public release of the casual clothes as jerseys roster. Okay, this is a mod. It is for PC, so if you don't have that or if you're not interested in that, you can go ahead and click off the video. Big shout out to everybody who is, you know, a supporter over on Patreon. But I got 2 questions. Evander Major, can we get a tutorial on how to add custom logos onto a shirt, or is it simple? And then got Gario the Ghost, is there a tutorial on how to use this? Well, luckily for you guys, today is the day that I will be putting this out for public consumption. So shout out to these 3 for commenting on this post. All right, so what I'm going to do is share the link. The link right here should be either in the description of the video, or I probably have a pinned comment. Just check both. And then it explains it right here what this is. So let's jump into the actual roster in game. Okay, so here we are. We're loading up the game. One of the things that I want to say is one of the prerequisites, that means something you have to have done before you try to use this roster, is you need to know how to use the NBA 2K hook created by Louis specifically for PC to be able to interchange mods, do different things with mods, affect different parts of the game. I load up the game and I press F8. You can see my hook menu comes up. I go to mod, actually plugins, plugin manager. So you guys, the plugin that you guys need to make sure you have is what's player editor? No, not player editor plus, the roster modding plugin. Okay, you need to already have that. I'm not gonna do a tutorial on how to get it. I'm not gonna give you a link. I don't even know where a link would be, but I downloaded it when it first came out, so I don't know. People ask me for links all the time. I'm like, bro, you know, like I'm on so many platforms and I'm like sharing stuff and creating stuff all the time. Like I don't have a running list of every single thing that I use. All right. Plus, if you're on the Patreon, you will have all of these. You will have all of these because I shared all of these on the Patreon. All right. It's not something that I'm selling. All of these are free. You guys can find these yourself. Anyway, I spent way too long talking about that. All right. So the next thing is, so you have to have that, and you have to have that enabled. And then the next thing that you'll need these mod files. Again, the link is either in the description, the video description, or in the comment section, or it could be both. All right, the next thing you need is the mod files. You put them, let me see if I can find it for you. I go to 2K23, and then I have my folder is right here inside in Windows. Like this is the folder where I have all my 2K23 game files, and then I have a folder right here called mod, clothing, and jersey replacements. I just put that entire folder here, and then in game I go to mod, make sure you're able to use mods and they're enabled, and then I have to find it. It's right here. So I'm going to click this button, but before I click it, I want to show you that the game is regular. So I'm going to go to I guess I could just go to play now. I'm going to go to play now, quick play. And then everything's going to load up like it should. You'll see regular players and jerseys. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to do, wait, I shouldn't have went out of there. The next thing I'm going to do is load up the roster, which should be available by just search for TGsoGood. This is all through Steam. Search for TGsoGood. And all right, I haven't uploaded it yet, so let me quickly upload it and come right back to this. Actually, guys, I did upload it. I don't know how I just missed it, so I'm going to, you can either search for my username. Let's see. Oops. TGsoGood. all together. Okay, I don't know how I missed it. It's like right in my face. It's right here. It's the cutscene roster with clothes. All right. So you're gonna click on that, and then once it comes up, I'm gonna show you. All right. So once it comes up, switch to different teams. Right. The players are not changing. Why are the players not changing? Because you need to activate the mod. Okay. So if I press F8. Let's say this wasn't up, we'd go to mod resources, and then we'd look for that folder, mod clothing and jersey replacements right there. Enable it. Now try switching teams. Yeah, I see stuff is loading up. Okay, there we go. Something's wrong with that. It shouldn't be a jersey like that. Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly. It's one of, I must have a different mod. Let's see. So if you want to make sure all the files show up correctly, then the mod that you're most trying to play with, just put it to the top. All right. So it says mod clothing, jersey replacements. I moved it to the top. So that should change what the Bucks have. Okay, it's not changing what the Bucks have on. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is with that, but you can see other teams' clothing is working properly. I wonder why the Bucks. What happened with the Bucks? What's going on with the Bucks? Oh, there it is. I don't know. It just took a while to load up, but it's working. So as you can see, like sometimes you'll get an issue and it'll just resolve itself. Okay, that's good news. That's great news. I'm glad you guys got to see that on camera. Anyway, so the whole team is going to be wearing this stuff. No need to change the jerseys or whatever. Home and away jerseys will be the same. So like if I association icon, it's going to be, only thing that's going to change is the accessory color. So anyway, I leave credits to this mod. I'll jump into a game, but let me go back to my Patreon purse. I said Patreon purse, Patreon page. I was about to say something else. All right, so credits to me, Big Hort, Marto, Sonic, and DDN. Because I used some, like one or two textures from Marto, Sonic. I might have used, I think the V-Lone was from DDN, and then Big Hort. He made some t-shirts all the way back in 2K13 or 14, and I used like one or two textures from that, converted it up to 2K23. All right, so anyway, let's jump into a game. All right, so when we jump into the game, you're gonna see that the whole team, they're gonna be wearing the clothes. Now, this might not be interesting to some people, and no, this will not work in blacktop. This might not be interesting for some people, but some people might want this. So as you can see, I'm not actually going to try to play this. I just want to show you guys, you know, what it's going to do. So you can go in and it's not perfect. It's not perfect. As you see clipping through the shirt, it's not perfect. But you can go in and get different screenshots. You know, if you have modded arenas and blacktop outdoor environments, which I've probably released maybe like 80 of those or something like that. I've released so many over the years that you can still use in 2K23. But you can get like different screenshots. He's not even with Puma, but still. All right. You know, you get different screenshots, or you can just play the game. Play the game. Now, this, again, this is not for blacktop. Blacktop, this is not for blacktop. I'm trying to work on something specifically for blacktop, but unless you're on Patreon, I don't feel like talking about it right now. Anyway. This is free and now publicly available to you. You can use this in 2KU in the shoot around. If you're like a content creator, you just want to get screenshots or get a video of a player in in casual clothes. Let's go to freestyle. Make sure. Yeah. So this is what'll happen when you don't have the appropriate roster loaded up. Okay. And how do you turn this off when you want to stop playing with it? I'll show you. You press F8, get your mod menu back up. And then right here, you just click this to turn it off. Press F8, go through a few teams so that the files can refresh. Go through a few teams. And then give it a second. See, on the right, the jersey has refreshed. On the left, it hasn't. But again, as we saw earlier, it just takes a little bit of time. It will refresh. Where's the Lakers? See? So now it's everything is back to working as it should. All right. So again, I'm going to turn it back on to continue showing you what I was going to show you. So now that I've turned it back on, just always remember to load up the roster, which is called cutscene roster with clothes. And then at first, it might not look like anything changed. Like, look at Zach LaVine. So let's go to another team and then come back to Zach LaVine. Yeah. Even though I've got Zach LaVine on the Bucks here. Now, this roster isn't 100% right because I've messed around with stuff. So you might have a player missing or something. I don't know. I don't think you will have a player missing. But anyway, when we go into 2KU, it's just one person, on the court. So that's better for like content creation, videos and shorts. See? Like you're in here working out. Stuff like that. Oh, this is Joel Embiid. So, all right. So anyway, I got the green release. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video because this is now fully released to the public, to everybody for free. Remember, you can support me over on Patreon if you'd like. That's, you'll get behind the scenes. I won't say necessarily that you'll get early access, but oftentimes, yeah, it kind of is early access for some of these mods because I look for feedback. So that is how you use this mod. Now, somebody wanted to know, how do you change the shirts? Like, okay, how do I get into the files? Well, if you know how to mod jerseys, which most of you probably don't, then it's going to be similar to that. But I can do a separate video, but real quick, I'll try to show you just real quick. So what you want to do is you want to pull up the 2K hook. So now, guys, I'm going into a whole different mode. I'm showing you something. So hold on one sec. Okay. So I'm pulling up not 2K hook, but 2K roster tool. So while you have the clothing mod enabled and the roster enabled, you want to look at you want to look at jerseys, then select the team whose jersey you want to replace. So right now, this is from the 76ers and they have hoodies. Let's say you wanted to change the shorts or the hoodie, doesn't matter. You will go back to the 2K tools roster editor, select the team, which I'm on 76ers. And then you can see it says, something about a hoodie, pullover, V-Loan, all of that. I put that in there. So that's the file that you need to find inside of the mod folder. And I know this is a lot for some of you because some of you are new, but for some of you who are used to modding, you'll understand. So go inside the modding and clothing jersey replacements, and I'm going to look for this UCAS. All right, because that's the jersey file. UCAS hoodie pullover. Here it is. It's the exact same name as this. So if I wanted to, make a different hoodie or different shorts, I would need to open this file inside of 7-zip. And so this isn't 7-zip. So let me open up 7-zip. I've got 7-zip right here. So I'm going to copy all of this, put it up here into 7-zip. then find that file for 7-zip. Here it is. I double click it. It goes inside of it. And then, you know, you can mess around and click on these to see what they are. But I know, like, if I click on where it says jersey color.txtr, if I double click that, actually it won't do anything. If I press F3 on that, it'll pull this up and it'll tell you, okay, you need to look for this file. That's the texture. You need to find that file. And it's right here. So now I can double click that. Oh no, that's not the, I'm so sorry guys. I'm so sorry. It's down here. I didn't actually read. This one I should have deleted. I don't need that. I didn't read it. Hold on, something's not right. Jersey color dot texture. Jersey underscore color. I pressed F3. Why does it say this? Something's not right. Or maybe it is right. See, this is the stuff I go through. It's super early in the morning and I'm not really paying attention. Okay, so it's hoodie, pullover, new era, Lakers born. Hoodie, pullover. Here it is. All right, so now when I double click on this, all right, so I would just put that particular file on my desktop. So, and then I change this. This is the back of the hoodie. This is the front of the hoodie. So I grab this file, drag it to my desktop, and put it in Photoshop. I guess I can do it for you real quick since the video is already long. All right, so go back to 7-zip, this file, drag it to my desktop, and then I would need to open up Photoshop, which I probably need to update, but I don't want to update because I don't want to lose my plugins and stuff. Anyway, come on. Oh, all right, there it goes. It's about to open up. All right, so I'm gonna drag this file into here. Now, then I'm gonna click OK. Now, some of you, this isn't gonna work because you don't have the actual plugin to open DDS files. I've made like 2 or 3 tutorials, actually like 4 or 5 tutorials on how to get that plugin. I'm not going to go over that again. I don't care if you can find the video or not. At this point, I don't know. Like sometimes it's kind of aggravating to say the same stuff over and over. In the video, it seems like, I'm being pessimistic, but in reality, I've been asked the same questions like probably thousands of times over since 2016 came out. Anyway, so yeah, then I could do whatever I want. I could paint on top of this or whatever. Like I could do that and put it in the game as long as I save the DDS file. I'm not going to go into how to do all that. I've gone over that in videos. I guess I could make a entirely separate video if I need to, maybe. But anyway, I would save it. It would go back here. The changes would save, and I would put it back into the file, the if file, drag it back right here. It would say, do I want to replace? Yes or no. I'm going to say no, but if I did want to replace, I'd say yes. And then I go back into the game, go back into the roster screen, change the team, change it back to this, and it would show the changes. Anyway, think we covered everything. I hope I covered everything. You can watch this video, slow it down if you want, do whatever you want. You can use this with the cutscene mod. I guess I could show you guys that real quick. You can definitely use it with the cutscene mod. As you can see, I already loaded that roster. Let me see. Is that roster still loaded up? No, it's not loaded up anymore. So I would need to actually load the roster. Let me see. Go to play now. I'm going to go to Blacktop and just load a roster. That usually works. So I'm loading the cutscene roster with clothes. All right, then I back out of that screen immediately, go to features, come over here. Then I can get to my cutscene mod, and let's see what happens. Okay, that's not it. I think one of these should show the team. I've shown it in past videos. Yeah, see? So these normally would be jerseys, but you can see everybody's wearing the clothes. So you can use this with the cutscene mod. I've done like 8 or 9 videos, tutorials on the cutscene mod. I'm probably gonna be having a more extensive add-on to the cutscene mod. Anyway, I don't want to get into those details, but I've gone over a lot of stuff in this video. So hopefully, you guys can use this stuff. Hopefully you enjoy this. This is free of charge. Follow me on Twitter at TGsoGood. You can support on the Patreon, especially if you have like specific questions that involve like very detailed answers. You're like, hey, how do you do this process? How do you do that process? Like guys, come on, man. Like I don't have all day to be explaining this stuff that I put into a video, because other people are asking the same question and I've already put it into a video. So if you need me to help you specifically, I'm just going to recommend that you follow me on Patreon, but you're not required to. Just remember, I'm a human being. I have a job, I have a life outside of this. And I know people are going to say, yeah, you have YouTube, you get paid from YouTube, you're already making money, all of that. Like, I'm laughing at that because it's definitely not what you think it is. It's not like that. It's cool. I'll tell you this, some months are better than others, but I'm not making a killing off of this at all, by no stretch of the imagination. So, time, what they say, time is money. I don't really believe that, but it contributes to money. So I can't spend all day answering the same question on 4 or 5 different platforms. But people want, like, they say, why? They'll say, why isn't it working for me specifically? And it's like, bro, I don't have your computer in front of me. I've sat with people for like 2 hours just helping them for free. And I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying I can't do that with every person. So just remember that. And yeah, the Patreon will probably it's going to take precedence over anybody else. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I don't want to turn this into that kind of video. This is a great mod. It's completely free. I've shown you what it does. I've shown you how to go about changing your clothes. I know some people are going to say, well, you didn't show this exact thing, or you didn't show that exact thing. And the thing is, I probably already have 2 or 3 videos on whatever questions you have. I've shown how to make jerseys, which would contribute to making the clothes. I've shown you how to use this, shown you how to get the roster. It's free. The links are in the description and the comments. Salute. Leave a comment, guys. I'm gone. This is a long video. How do I get off of here? Okay.